eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with Him. Nothing is mine alone, for He and I have joined in purpose. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. And while I work with Him to serve His purpose, then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. Can you think of any better thing to do? Even when you're feeling a little down, just remember, you only have one thing you need to use your eyes for, your mouth, your talking, your places to go, things to pick up, things to do, people to talk to. There's only one purpose, and that's to be given to the Christ. When I am weak, then am I strong. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me in studying Lesson 353 in A Course in Miracles. I'm Forgiveness Willie, teaching forgiveness from the Ozarks, here for Lesson 353 for Friday, December the 19th of 2025. And it's the Tuesday preceding that Friday that I'm doing this recording. Let's read through it. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with Him. Nothing is mine alone, for He and I have joined in purpose. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. A while I work with Him to serve His purpose. Then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace version. If you have an original edition, you won't have the Song of Prayer in it, the last supplement in the combined course that the Foundation for Inner Peace has. All those were all written by the same voice, given to Helen. I don't know that she got the Song of Prayer and psychotherapy purpose and process and practice by the time they'd sent the version to Edgar Casey's son, Hugh Lynn Casey. And so that's probably why it wasn't included in that. But anyway, just so that you know, you'll have to go to acim.org to find the Foundation for Inner Peace version if you're an original student reader. What am I? Back a page. I am God's Son, complete and healed and whole, shining in the reflection of His love. In me is His creation sanctified and guaranteed eternal life. In me is love perfected, fear impossible, and joy established without opposite. I am the holy home of God Himself. I am the heaven where His love resides. I am His holy sinlessness itself. For in my purity abides His own. Our use for words is almost over now. Yet in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared. And thus you joined with me. So what I am, are you as well. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of nor describe. Yet we can realize our function here, and words can speak of this and teach it too. If we exemplify the words in us, if we're examples of the words in us, we are the bringers of salvation. We accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. And this our gift is therefore given us. Remember, what you give, you get back. Give forgiveness that you can receive the blessing of forgiveness. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. Can you do that? Can you look on everyone as your dearly beloved brother and sister and see all things, perceive all things as kindly and as good? Reminds me, I was just reading to my nephew, Caleb. You know, he's setting up the arrangements for his sister Faith's memorial, what do you call it, celebration of life, which will be at the Rock in Joplin at 4 o'clock on Saturday, coming Saturday. Anyway, I was telling him about Philippians 4. He said, "Do you have a good word to?" And I said, "You know, the one that comes to my mind." I had several. What has life has immortality. I said, but a lot of folks there might not appreciate that one as much, being that it's from A Course in Miracles. But one that really inspires me is when Paul in Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 said, think on the good things in life. If there's anything good and honest and true and of good report, has good virtue, think on those things. Anyway, so we look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function that is past the gate of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Are we doing that? Are we giving welcome just to the truth? Is that what our concern is? You know, my niece, Sheridan Faith Perkins, made her crossing like I told you about a few days ago. And now they're setting up this celebration of life. But what we want to always see is that all things work together for good. Now the Bible goes on, it says, to those that are called according to His purpose, that do God's will. But Jesus explained in the Course that you can stop at the end of the first phrase, all things work together for good. Ours are the eyes, and the way I look at it is in the Bible, when he says all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to His purpose. It's just those who love God and are called according to His purpose that realize that all things work together for good. But the fact is still true that in reality, in the kingdom of heaven, where we're seated in heavenly places in Christ, all things always work only for good. Okay, paragraph 4, in what I mind. Ours are the eyes through which Christ's vision sees a world redeemed from every thought of sin. Ours are the ears that hear the voice for God proclaim the world as sinless. Ours the minds that join together as we bless the world. And from the oneness that we have attained, we call to all our brothers, asking them to share our peace and consummate our joy. We are the holy messengers of God who speak for him, and carrying his word to everyone whom he has sent to us. We learn that it is written on our hearts, and thus our minds are changed about the aim for which we came and which we seek to serve. We bring glad tidings to the Son of God, who thought he suffered. Now is he redeemed, and as he sees the gate of heaven stand open before him, he will enter in and disappear into the heart of God. Well, that's what we want to do, is to disappear into the heart of God. And as we make that ascent, as we climb the ladder of prayer, today we'll use our lesson. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. And as you awake this morning, as soon as possible, take that quiet time for a few minutes. And then again, before you go to bed, hanging out with that idea and trying to get your thoughts to be still and let God teach you. And then throughout the day, every hour of the day, try to have a little mini of that longer period. Give yourself the opportunity to have a holy instant. And when you take that quiet moment every hour of the day and tell yourself, my eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. Check to be sure that you're peaceful and that you're happy, and if not, spend a little longer in the quiet if you can, and ask God for some help. Maybe it's time that you just had a little tear. That's kind of what I'm kind of going through, a few little emotional times. Just kind of just allow it to be. Forgiveness. We're in the Song of Prayer, chapter 2, Forgiveness, the introduction. Forgiveness offers wings to prayer, to make its rising easy and its progress swift. Without its strong support, it would be vain to try to rise above prayer's bottom step, or even attempt to climb at all. Forgiveness is prayer's ally, sister in the plan for your salvation. Prayer and forgiveness, brother and sister in the plan for your salvation. Both must come to hold you up and keep your feet secure, your purpose steadfast and unchangeable. Behold the greatest help that God ordained to be with you until you reach to him. Illusion's end will come with this: unlike the timeless nature of its sister prayer, forgiveness has an end, for it becomes unneeded when the rising up is done. Yet now it has a purpose beyond which you cannot go, nor have you need to go. Accomplish this and you have been redeemed. Accomplish this and you have been transformed. Accomplish this and you will save the world. Wow. Unlike the timeless nature of its sister prayer, forgiveness has an end. The timeless nature of prayer, but forgiveness will have an end when you've made no more condemnations. For it becomes unneeded when the rising up is done. Yet now it has a purpose beyond which you cannot go, nor have you need to go. Accomplish this and you have been redeemed. Accomplish complete forgiveness and you have been redeemed. Because what you give is what you receive. Give out redemption and you'll receive it. Accomplish this and you have been transformed. Accomplish this and you will save the world. Didn't Jesus say that about was it John, where he said Peter, what you bind in earth will be bound in heaven, and what you free on earth will be free in heaven. That's how I see that. Okay, forgiveness of yourself, and we're just going to read the first 4 paragraphs. No gift of heaven has been more misunderstood than has forgiveness. It has in fact become a scourge, a curse where it was meant to bless, a cruel mockery of grace, a parody upon the holy peace of God. Yet those who have not yet chosen to begin the steps of prayer cannot but use it thus. Forgiveness as kindness is obscure at first, because salvation is not understood nor truly sought for. What was meant to heal is used to hurt, because forgiveness is not wanted. Guilt becomes salvation, and the remedy appears to be a terrible alternative to life. So in the beginning, we don't really see the value of forgiveness. I tell you what, I can really look back over my 30 plus years of trying to practice forgiveness. I had no idea. I mean, I had an idea, I guess, but I didn't know how much of an effect it would have on me if I just kept looking deeper at forgiveness and letting it become a sadhana, a practice, a spiritual practice to go deeper and deeper still. Or maybe I should say higher and higher still on the ladder of finding myself, the ladder to heaven. So paragraph 2. Forgiveness to destroy will therefore suit the purpose of the world far better than its true objective and the honest means by which the goal is reached. Forgiveness to destroy will overlook no sin, no crime, no guilt that it can seek and find, and in quotes, love. That's using love in a way that it's not really love, huh? Dear to its heart is error. Dear to its heart is error. Mistakes loom large and grow and swell within its sight. It carefully picks out all evil things and overlooks the loving as a plague, a hateful thing of danger and of death. Forgiveness to destroy is death, and this it sees in all it looks upon and hates. God's mercy has become a twisted knife that would destroy the Holy Son he loves. Paragraph 3. Would you forgive yourself for doing this? Then learn that God has given you the means by which you can return to Him in peace. And instead of forgiveness to destroy, let's start not doing the things to others that we don't want done to ourselves. Love your neighbor as yourself. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Would you forgive yourself for doing this? Then learn that God has given you the means by which you can return to Him in peace. Do not see error. Do not make it real. Become really good at making excuses for people in your own mind, even if they don't use the excuses. You can use them to keep yourself safe from the ravages of fear. Do not see error. Do not make it real. Select the loving and forgive the sin by choosing in its place the face of Christ. How otherwise can prayer return to God? He loves His Son. Can you remember Him and hate what He created? You will hate His Father if you hate the Son He loves. For as you see the Son, you see yourself. And as you see yourself, is God to you. And as you see yourself, is God to you. Can you remember Him and hate what He created? You will hate His Father if you hate the Son He loves. If you are angry or hate your brothers and sisters, you're really hating the Father. For as you see the Son, you see yourself. And as you see yourself, is God to you. And the last paragraph, 4. As prayer is always for yourself, so is forgiveness always given you. It is impossible to forgive another, for it is only your sins you see in him. You want to see them there and not in you. That is why forgiveness of another is an illusion. Yet it is the only happy dream in all the world. It's an illusion to forgive another, but it's the only happy dream in all the world. The only one that does not lead to death. Only in someone else can you forgive yourself, for you have called him guilty of your own sins, and in him must your innocence now be found. Who but the sinful need to be forgiven? And do not ever think you can see sin in anyone except yourself. Wow. Okay, well, let's take a. Let's. Do we want to? Well, let's just see what's going on around the world. Advent continues for the Christian and Catholic folks. Nativity fast continues for the Orthodox Christians. Hanukkah continues for the Jews. Las Posadas for the Latin Catholic folks. St. Nicholas Day, or Feast of St. Nicholas, for the Orthodox Christians. It's holiday. I found in Holidays and Observances, it's holiday. The Ilex, I-L-I-L-I, or I-L-E-X is the genera, and there's 500 species. A common one is the American holly, which is the Ilex opaca, and the English holly, which is the Ilex aquifolium. Look for an evergreen day. Look for an evergreen. I kind of keep myself looking for greenery all the time when it reminds me of life. I'm always, if you've noticed, I usually try to get some green in these. That's why I like this bamboo. It stays green in the wintertime. Unless we get a really strong frost, and then it begins to, it'll die. Just above ground, it'll come back from the root. Emo Day, Hard Candy Day, Oatmeal Muffin Day. Oatmeal, the Avena sativa. Did you know there's about 30 species of avena, and the common oat is the sativa. The common oat for humans consumption is the sativa, but there's 30 different species. Sativa is just a real common one, and a variety of sativa, Avena sativa, that I'd recommend look for if you want to grow it for a home grower is a hull-less variety. It'll still have a little hull, but it comes off easy. So that's why they call it hull-less. Most oaks, it's hard to get the hull off of it. Horses do fine eating the hulls and everything. But people, I remember the first time I tried to chew up some oats, the hull got caught in my throat, and I started coughing. I couldn't hardly get it up. It stuck to my throat. I was a kid. I was probably, I don't know, I was probably 10 years old. Maybe younger. Ugly Christmas Sweater Day and Underdog Day. And then out of Seat Savers Exchange, we've got another Lactuca sativa, and it is called the Sanguine Ameliore. Ameliore? Is that how you pronounce that? The Sanguine Ameliore, rare French variety introduced in 1907 by C.C. Morrison Company, and it was known then as strawberry cabbage lettuce. Stunning sanguine or blood red speckles. Plants average 8 inches in diameter. Tender texture and excellent quality. Butterhead, 60 days to maturity. And our word for peace from the Ponca people. They're in Nebraska and South Dakota on the Niobrara River and on Ponca Creek and on the Missouri River. And their word is waswa. Waswa. Is that how you pronounce it? Waswa? Waswa. I think that's how I'd pronounce it from the spelling. Waswa. If you're Ponca, my brother's first wife, Sherry, was Ponca. So her daughter Tish is Ponca. But I don't know if she knows any of the language. I should ask her if she knows the word peace, if it's waswa. Okay. And yesterday I was telling you the reasons I like to do these, and I really didn't tell you all my reasons for doing a word for peace. Wouldn't it be nice if we could actually say one word in another person's language, particularly if they had some odd against us and they came to settle some account that they think our society had with their society, and we could say, well, waswa, or anyway, Alaikum assalam, or whatever the word might be, shalom. Anyway, learn those words for peace so that you can use them if you need to be a peacemaker. And then, and I already told you why I like to use different plants, and why is it that we look at and I did tell you a little bit about why I like to look at different holidays. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. Father, I give all that is mine today to Christ, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with Him. Nothing is mine alone, for He and I have joined in purpose. Thus has learning come almost to its appointed end. And a while I work with Him to serve His purpose, then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. And while I work with Him to serve His purpose, then I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but myself. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. One of these days I'm going to get someone that really keeps good rhythm as a drum and play with me, and we'll get these songs learned a little better so I get my rhythm accurate all the way through. Once I've heard it, I can do it, or a few times. I've been practicing these songs for 2 or 3 years now, and sometimes I'm still not sure if I'm getting the count right. Anyway, thank you all for putting up with me, and for at least you're getting the melody to a degree. Maybe it'll help you as much as it helps me. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with miracles. And as the Ponca people say for peace, waswa, waswa. My eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose: to be given Christ, to use to bless the world with love or with miracles. Waswa.